reason you guys are like up here and it's driving me crazy.
It's probably the screen sharing thing.
I want you to be on the side. Okay, anyway. Okay, so there's the color wheel, and the idea is to fill out words that describe you, like mom or wife or Jesus lover, or whatever it is, because a lot of times, like when we're busy, we're in the middle of trying to figure out how are we going to find our tribe? How are we going to reach out to people? How are we share more than just fitness? You know, if people are seeing the same type of post, they're probably just gonna like either ignore it or just keep scrolling. And the idea of this is to show that your personality is so colorful. You guys have so many things about you, but sometimes we just get in this one track mind where I'm a coach and I have to show people that I have this perfect life of like fitness and health, and I can't veer from that. So I'll show you guys how I did mine and then kind of show you points on how do I get this away? I'm not liking this share. Now I lost all of y'all. Gosh. How do I do this? Jen's like, I'm never. Oh, here we go. Stop share.
We can still see you.
Share screen. There we go. Uh-oh.
But now it's black.
Can you see that?
No.
Oh, jeez.
No.
Okay. Can you see me now?
What is this piece of hair?
Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. This is mine, and I can't see y'all, so I'll just ignore that for now.
We're all nodding in approval.
Okay, great. So I basically just kind of went through, and this really should not take you guys long to do this. So I just went through and I put things that I thought were me. So Jesus lover, duh. Coptic, that really just means Egyptian. A lot of my market are Egyptian, Coptic Egyptians. And so that is something like anytime I throw out something that has to do with me being Coptic, it gets a lot of traction. Wife, Steelers fan, when that comes around, curly hair girl, you'll be surprised that like when you're posting things in your stories about just products or whatever it is, people will be more engaged. Meal prep queen, something that I feel like I'm strong with, that's really super helpful. Sushi and pizza lover, home reno, we're doing a new home renovation right now, so it's just another piece where I can talk to someone who maybe not be into fitness, but then kind of bring them in. Oh, you're doing that too? Okay, tell me about that. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot to tell you, I have this fitness group that's going on. I'd love, for you to join, blah, blah, blah. So just think of this wheel as like different people, different groups of people that are like you, and also that like different targets that maybe you didn't think of before. Target obsessed, jewelry fanatic, whatever it is. So I highly encourage you guys to go through. It should take you no longer than like 5 minutes and do the same thing, because again, like when you start posting the same things, people are going to expect that from you. And I need to stop this share. Becky's going to talk to us later about the call that some of us had with Rachel Hollis, and it was so awesome. And she talked a lot about providing value. It's super key to provide value for people. And you guys don't even know what I'm doing over here. I'm like going crazy with these buttons. Unshare the screen. Okay, there we go. I'm shocked that I sit in front of a computer all day long to design things. I'm so shocked. But yeah, and then the other thing I wanted to quickly add about this is a really easy way to invite people to, because these are conversation starters. Again, so if you post something about whatever, you being a Steelers fan, and then someone else comments and likes it, it's so easy to just message them, comment, like back, and just start with that. Oh my God, did you see the game on Sunday? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot to ask you. I have this going on. I think that you would be awesome. Do you want more information? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not sleazy. You're sharing who you are. You're sharing different markets. It's an easy way to invite. You're sharing value. Like, it's a win-win situation. So That's really it that I have from that. And then, the only other last thing is at Summit, for those of you guys that didn't go, we talked a lot about building your brand, and that's going to look differently, and that might not come easily when you first start. But as you progress as a coach, you will kind of fine tune like what you stand for as a coach, and a lot of what will be on here will kind of guide you to, this is what I want to focus on. I want to focus on Jesus lovers who are really into meal prep, who, whatever, love jewelry, whatever it is. And so it really just kind of brings in your little market together. So that's it, guys.
Thanks, Mom.
No problem.
I have two things to add. So previously, when I have done something like this, I've been stuck of thinking of more than like 3 or 4 things, because I feel like I'm just boring, and what could there possibly be about me that's different than anybody else? And like I look at yours and I think, okay, she has curly hair, Coptic, she's doing a home reno. Yeah, I'm not doing any of those things. Like, so I tend to get stuck. And so what I have done is I've at one time I was doing this, I was like, okay, Becky, tell me what's interesting about me. Because I think sometimes we're like, we look at ourselves and we're like, everybody else is more interesting than me. So don't be afraid to ask your husband, ask your best friend, ask your kids. Like, my kids will tell me like, well, Mom, you go to Starbucks too much, or whatever, I mean, I don't, except for when I'm here, because I can only get it when I'm here. But anyways, sorry, my head's like cut off. So if you're feeling like, wow, that's a lot of things about me that I don't think I'm that interesting, I would encourage you. I'm already thinking in my head right now who I can ask to tell me all the fun things about me, because yeah, okay, there you go. And then the other thing, everybody who's on this call, I think I've got my list right here of all of you and how many times you're in the little drawing for prizes in July. Joe is our June winner. And so if you do your color wheel and you share it, 2 more points, 2 more times in the hat. How about it?
Yay!
I mean, why not? Just because I can. And I hold the phone with the points. So I added it up here to my notes of how many points everybody gets, or not points, but you know what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
How many times in the hat. So I will say, of the people on this call, Becky and Monica, you're leading the charge right now.
Yay!
You're in there 5 times. Angie's in there twice. Joe, you're in there 3 times. So, whoa.
Do I have to repost my July goal, since I made end of July into June into July goals? Because you know me, I will.
I'm so nice that I gave it to you for both.
So.
Can you post?
I like stuff.
Are they posted somewhere of the things that we need to do that the point?
We should do that.
I'll do that.
That would be cool.
Yep.
Good idea.
I will
Ange.
do that and put that in the group.
This is what happened. This is what happened when Jen and I were driving home.
Yeah, it was just a note in my phone.
We were driving home from Summit, and we had like a bajillion ideas, and I'm just like talking a mile a minute, and she's just taking notes. Of what yeah, that's what it was.
So it's all just right here. I had to actually make myself a note because I couldn't remember. I'm not really sure why the 100 chart is only getting everybody 1 entry.
Well, I think it's because we started with that. We're like, oh, that's entry, and then we added more and more and more. So we should maybe, now that you're making an official graphic, it should be more.
You guys should record your conversations on the way home from events like that.
Don't encourage.
Angie, we've done that previously, and we actually thought it was going to go viral on YouTube, and it didn't. So there's.
Well, we didn't post it on YouTube, Jen. We didn't post it on YouTube. We only posted.
You maybe didn't.
We did.
Becky's still in denial.
That's funny. It's so funny.
Okay, Becky,
we'll also share that with you, Angie. Yeah, a couple of things I wanted to add to that. I think
first, can we just celebrate this a minute? Look at my arms. They're going up. All the way up.
That's amazing.
All the way up to my head. I can move both of my arms. Okay? Can't work out yet. That's awesome. But I can move both of my arms.
That's incredible.
Without crying. Without crying.
Without pain.
But it's a perfect time for the reset then. Because
I know.
How's it going? How's day 2?
Day 2 is fine. My family wanted to go out for dinner. So I was like, okay. But it's week 1, and so I knew that I could just get like chicken breast and broccoli and potatoes, which is what, like, instead of salmon, I subbed chicken. So
Chicken, yeah, good.
So I did that. I felt good
Good
about
work.
it. They all shared. I took a picture of it because I was mad. They all shared a really awesome brownie caramel sundae thing.
It wasn't good.
But you know what?
It wasn't good.
You know what I'm always reminded of in those moments, you guys? Like when they ordered it and I knew I couldn't have it, I was mad. And then as I sat there and they ate it, I was like, yeah, suck it, Sunday. I'm better than that. And now it's done and I don't even care. Right? Why can't I get to that point quicker? I'm glad this is being recorded so my mom can hear me say suck it later. But anyways, moving on. I'm going to mute myself now.
No, it's fine. And Melanie,
not with an F. S. Just to be clear. Very clear. I know.
You only have a semi-potty mouth, not a super potty mouth. I see that Melanie is on. Melanie, if you can turn your video on, we'd love to see your beautiful face. I think, Melanie, is this your first team call you've been on, or have you been on one before? Because Melanie has been on the 2B calls, but have you been on a Tuesday night call before, Melanie?
Okay.
You're on. Have you been on a Tuesday night team call before?
No, because I usually have appointments, and I just happened to get my 8 o'clock canceled.
Oh, well, it's nice that they called and they did not show up. Well, I want to have you give you a little shout out and have you just share a little bit about yourself. Is that okay, girls, if I do that a minute? Hopefully it is, because I'm going to, and I'm the one not muted. So my name is Becky, and Melanie is a good example of what we were just talking about. So Melanie, what we were just talking about, you can watch the beginning before, but we were talking about how we can reach people with similar interests as us on social media by being our true selves and then sharing the joy of what we have with the fitness and the coaching. And so Melanie was someone that I was in a therapist group, and I think the self-care group 2 years ago or something, Melanie, that you were in my first self-care group, and we've just been messaging, and we've been in different groups that I've done, and then Melanie joined to get her first challenge pack with 2B Mindset, and then decided that she'd do the coach discount to be in All Honest group. And why don't you just share maybe just a little bit about the last couple days about this whole coaching thing?
Well, let's see about myself. Well, I do aerobics class, Fitness Factory. I belong to a fitness club. And then over the last few years, as I have had more of a erratic schedule and struggling with sleep apnea, I've just kind of fallen off my regular exercise. So that's what I want to get back into, and just feeling more like myself,
Yeah, well, and it's really neat just because, you guys, we talk about how, we are on social media. We're not coaches that just coach and drink Shakeology and work out. That's like 1% of us. And what we want to do is connect with other people that have similar interests, because we want to bless them like we've been blessed. And so, for me, when I started this, one of the things I wanted to do was be able to help other therapists and helping professionals take better care of themselves, because we're not always very good at that. And so, that was my vision when I started this, and the fact that it's manifested. I think we have like 5 coaches on our team that are also social workers or therapists. It's just really neat. So the example of what you were saying, Monica, before is that you connect with people that you have a similarity with, and then you just happen, that you're also doing this other thing that they might be interested in. So, and one of the things Melanie's been just recently looking into is, women of her similar stage of life that might need a way to take better care of themselves. And so, Melanie, you see the Jen above you, or Scott and Jen Miedema. Jen's mom is also a coach, and she feels the same way, that she wants to help people. She has MS and she can't really work out. And so 2B Mindset's been a big thing for her. And so I think this is a perfect segue in what we've been talking about, is that we are all about reaching people that have similarities to us and connecting with them and all the things about us. And then, because we love this, sharing the joy of, hey, by the way, I have this group, have this thing that's changed my life. So I'm really excited, Melanie, to see sort of how you're going to continue to transform yourself. And as you hold yourself accountable by being aggressively think and pray about sharing others, I'm excited to see yeah, how that will all work. So welcome to the call. So Monica shared about the Instagram stuff. There's a couple things that I wanted to share that kind of piggyback off of that. The first one is that Rachel Hollis, who, if you guys aren't sure who she is the author of Girl Wash Your Face and like a multimedia mogul. She's craziness. She shared an app that I just downloaded. I haven't played around with it yet. It's called Planoly, Plan. Hold on, no, I'm not sure. Have you guys heard of Planoly before? Planoly. Has anybody heard of it? No one can talk because they're all muted. So it's a app scheduler for Instagram. So you can pre-schedule your Instagram posts, and what she was saying is that it'll show you how it will look on your feed before. So what she really recommends is that we've talked about this before, is to sit down maybe on Sunday night and think about, what do I want to share? And one of the things I did back when I started, and I have to get back to, is my plan was Motivational Monday, like Tip Tuesday on anything related to life, parenting, doing your hair, whatever. Wellness Wednesday, or Whip It Up Wednesday and get a recipe from the Beachbody blog. Thursday, Throwback Thursday, or Take Care, whatever. I had another one, Thirsty Thursday, something about water. Friday, Fun Friday, Family Friday, whatever. Saturday, I don't remember what it was, Self-Care Sunday, whatever. Finding something that you're going to, maybe a theme you're going to have. And what she sits down and does is takes time to look at, what do I want to post about this week? And she preps small. I will prep all 7 days of my week in one day, but I like that idea, at least thinking of a theme of what you might want to post about or might want to share about, or a quote or something. And so one of the things I do is, if I have an idea, I put it in my notes of my phone, like a quote or a recipe, or I had to say I want to go live about, because often I won't have time right then. And so I'm excited to check this app out to be able to schedule on. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And, I think that and then Jen Richardson actually was on, I'm asking Rachel House a question on the call today. And what she was saying is that, you don't help people by sharing Shakeology and Beachbody On Demand. You help people by connecting with them on similar things. And so it's really important that the hashtags we use are ones that are going to connect us to other people that are similar to us, and that we're following other people, and that we're liking and commenting on other people of similar interests. So I'm not going to do an Instagram training. If you want some more Instagram training, let us know. There's some really great content out there. I just sent this to Melanie today. I can send it to anybody that wants it. But if you just go to YouTube, Jen Richardson, Instagram training, she's like the guru of it. And essentially, she's like hardcore. She follows 100 people a day and comments and likes on theirs. I don't get close to that, but that's the idea.
And Megan Pope went live last week in here.
Yes, in our page.
About Instagram as well. So that's another great place to check out.
Yeah, so write that name down, Megan, MEGAN POOP. If you just search her name in our group, she did a great. POPP. Sorry, not Megan Poop.
What if her last name was Poop?
That would be unfortunate. So that's really great. So anyways, Rachel shared so much great stuff. I was literally eating lunch, making my kids lunch, taking notes and listening to this call at the same time. So my notes I can barely read, but I'm going to do my best because it was just amazing stuff. And so one of the really exciting things that she announced on the call is that she's writing a new book. It's called Girl Stop Apologizing. And it's all about women like us that are trying to share our joy of something that's changed our life, and we apologize for it, or think that we can't share it openly, or like afraid of what people are going to think. And so she talked a lot about that. So I'm going to read through my crazy notes, just because I feel like I want this to be on your minds. And then if you will have more questions about it, let me know. Book's coming out. And she shared some of the content from her book that she hasn't shared on social media at all. So it's a really cool thing that I want to end our call with. So pretty interesting, but 70% of the high performers, people in this world that are successful, that make a life of what they want, 70% of them work out 6 days a week. So what a cool thing to be able to share. Hey, you want to have a successful life? You want to have a life that's fulfilling? Take care of your bod. That was a pretty cool statistic. Okay, so think about the people in your life, the people that are life-giving, the people that you hang out with who help you become your best self. Spend more time with them. Create opportunities to connect with them. And those people in your life that are sucking energy, that are making life really hard, decrease the amount of time you are giving them, because who we are around and who we spend the most time with will impact who we are. And in this business and in this lifestyle as wellness coaches, what we want to do is we want to have energy and joy. And if we're letting other people deplete it from us, because yes, letting them, because we choose to be around them. So that was a really bold thing she was saying. I really like that. She asked this question: what's limiting you? What is what's kind of self-inhibiting you in your life? And one of the things that she hears the most, and I know, Monica, this is one that you'll like just because you have lots of girls on your team, or you'll have girls on your team that are moms, but she talked a lot about mommy guilt, that so many women talk about having this mommy guilt between taking care of themselves, running a business, and being a mom. And she hit it really hardcore. I won't be able to do it as passionately as her, but some of the things she talked about is that if you're chasing your dreams, whatever those might be, and you're beating yourself up along the way, all the things that you're doing are only going to diminish yourself as a mom and as you are pursuing those dreams. So she talked about how if you have guilt or feel bad or beating yourself up for following your dreams and for trying to make your best self for yourself, for your kids, for your family, that if you let those beliefs, that your fear of not being good enough as a mom because you're pursuing this or because you're spending time on a career, that all you're doing is diminishing yourself and you're living small. And when we shrink away and live small because of our fear of other people's opinions, what happens is we diminish our impact. We diminish the ability we have to help others, ourselves, our family. And so we sometimes are so afraid to burn bright and to be bold because we are fearful of other people blowing us out or covering us up. And so we allow them to do that. And so she talked a lot about how instead of shrinking away, what if we said, we're not going to diminish ourselves. We're going to embrace the fact that we feel called to this, we feel passionate about this, and we are going to go forth with it. We're going to show our little girls and boys that you can be a loving mom, a present person in the relationships that matter, but you could also chase your dreams and build a wellness life for yourself and a business. So it was really cool. I wish I could say it the way she did, but she just nailed it. So she really talked about having a perspective shift where you can be a hardworking mom, you can help take care of your kids, and you can also invest in others. I'm at church right now, and I'm wondering if they're going to lock the doors and if I'm not going to be able to get out. So what she talked about is that if we are emotionally beating ourselves up because we're taking time away from our kids to do this, all we're going to be showing our daughters, our sons too, is that you can't be successful, you can't take good care of yourself without also beating yourself up. Does that make sense? Because then what's the point of doing any of this if we're going to demonstrate that we feel bad about doing it or we don't think that we should be doing it? So we want to teach our little ones, and we want to teach ourselves that we can follow our dreams, and we can also live big and not have to feel crappy and beat ourselves up all the time. So I hate that I can't read this very well. But anyways, so mommy guilt is depleting who we are, and God has called us to live into who we're supposed to be. So again, talking about all of this, like if God's called you to do something and you're living and shrinking away from it, what does that really mean? So, and then she said, write down, I'm doing a good job. Just tell yourself, I'm doing a good job. I am a good mom. I am a good this. She's like, just say what it is you know is the truth and don't let other people's opinions sway you from that. Okay. Anything else that you remember from that, Monica? That I'm not saying that she shared. If I don't have to in the spot.
Or just in general?
Just about that thing. Anything that I'm missing that you...
Well, she stressed on, she kept saying mommy guilt serves no one. So she's basically, and I think you kind of said that, but she just was like, mommy guilt serves no one. Like it really does not benefit anyone when you feel guilty about a certain thing, like that has it doesn't really produce any fruit. So that was the one thing that really stood out to me. So
I'm going to go make sure I'm not getting locked in. And so then what she also said is that as moms, you can set an example of pursuing a dream, but also doing it gracefully, not beating yourself up all of the time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I might be the only person here. I'm going to walk outside and make sure I'm not getting locked in. So what she really talked about, can you guys still hear me?
Hey, let me know if you need me to swing over there and get Katie's keys.
So to say, do you have keys? There's still people in the parking lot.
Okay, good.
Okay. So what she talked about was having a perspective shift. Instead of talking about how life is happening to you, what if life, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of that was happening for you? So often we feel like we have no control on life, just happens to us, and we're bombarded with things and demands and to-do lists. The good stuff, the hard stuff, we feel like we have no control, it just happens to us. And she talked about what if instead we look at it as though it's happening for us, that all the good stuff that we can enjoy, but also all the hard stuff, that even the really devastating times, the difficulties that want to go through, but what if it's happening for, I don't even want to say for,
Maybe she lost Wi-Fi. That's a great, we should take a picture right now. Let's take a picture. Everybody's, I'm just kidding.
No, but I did. Actually, I just did. It's only got Melanie and I and Becky in it, but yes, I did.
Oh my
That was
word.
I lost it to everybody. Okay, bye.
am I still here?
You are, but you were frozen
Okay.
with an awesome face. Angie will
Was it
send you
so
the picture
great?
later.
Oh, I can't wait. It's so great. Oh, it's so wonderful. Okay. So she said again, I really agree about this with her. I struggle to say to people, that's happening for a reason. God, let that happen to you for a reason, because it doesn't feel like there's a reason in the midst of it. But what she talked about is even if we don't see a reason in it, there can be some meaning we can find in it. So, and the most powerful words that we can share with people, say me too. Like, I get it too. I know what it feels like to be in that place. Me too. And that's what we really talk about when we're reaching out to people, is I know how you feel, or I can imagine how you feel. I felt the same way, or and this is what I found by making these changes, or by becoming a coach, all of that. Okay. So then the next thing she hit on was a big question that coaches were asking was how to deal with rejection. And we've talked about this before, but we haven't so much recently. Here's the thing. If this was easy, everybody would do it. None of us girls are here because we want easy. We are all hardworking women who have built careers and who have desires and dreams. So guess what? There's a reason we're doing this, because we don't want it to be simple. Like, we might say that we want, but that wouldn't fulfill us. That wouldn't help. That wouldn't like create a passion inside of us. So what she talked about was that this is not something that's always going to be simple and easy, but it's always going to be worth it and purposeful. So she said, what about if each day you planned on 100 no's every day? Like, yeah, I got another one. Yeah, I got another one. What if you got 100 no's? You talked to 110 people and maybe 10 of them said yes. Angie and I were messaging about how do we get to a certain place we want to get in our business. And I was thinking about it, and the answer is you talk to more people. You invite more people to the opportunity of changing their life with the wellness. And then you talk to more people, especially about coaching, about how they can build a life that is healthier and more fulfilled, and also share with other people. And the cool part of it is, you guys, that there's nothing that we're inviting people to that is icky or yucky. Like, people think that sales is this icky, yucky thing. There's only icky, yucky sales people. Are we selling something? Sure, everyone in the world is, though, you guys. So what we're selling can actually save people's lives. That's why we're here. I love lipstick. I love leggings. I love earrings. I'm not going to sell those things, because for me, that doesn't hit me at my purpose. Again,
Well,
I
and
love
Becky,
those things.
just to tag on that, like, I was talking to somebody today who's like, yeah, she used to be a coach on our team and she's not anymore. And she's like, I just could never like be that pushy. And I was like, here's the thing. Like, if you really believe that something can serve someone else and change their life, you don't have to be pushy. You're just sharing something that you truly believe in. And I said to her, I was like, I think maybe you just never got to that point that you really believed in what you were offering to people. And she was like, you know, I think you're right. I'm like, I usually am, but that's besides
all the time.
point.
You're right.
But that's the thing. I think until we have a deep belief that what we're offering is valuable to somebody else, it does feel icky. It really does. And I've worked with coaches who join in just to sort of see a paycheck, and they don't have that belief. And then it feels kind of icky, and it looks kind of icky because it's not coming from a real place. I'm done. Sorry.
No, and you know what's really great? The other thing I was going to say, and then I'll come back to Rachel Hollis. So many of you are aware that every Monday at 11 o'clock Eastern, most of us are Eastern time zone, there's a national wake-up call. You can watch that in the Team Beachbody 411 page. You can watch it on the Coach online office. but essentially they're bringing the best of the best, and you can watch it later. I never can watch it. I've never watched a live one actually, but I was watching it today, and it was Ali Testatori, and it was all about inviting and recruiting fearlessly. And that's exactly what she talked about, Jen. She talked about, look at my notes a minute. Sorry. She talked about that get rooted in your whys and get emotional. You have to have a passion behind why you're doing this. Get uncomfortable because you don't grow inside of your comfort zone. Take action. Don't just be a collector of data and information. Actually do that. The more you confront, the more you overcome. That was really fast. I can share those later with you. So that's exactly what you're saying. And so Allie was saying, she said she was doing this for like a year and a half, but she didn't have the passion or the belief. And she wasn't sharing it that way. And once she started sharing, she had the passion and belief for the fitness, but not for the coaching. And once she started sharing the coaching and the fitness and the belief, she went from Emerald to 15-star in like a year, which is insane. So yeah, that's great stuff, Jen. Thank you for sharing that. All right. So getting back to this, sales is like a dirty word thing. It's how we pay for our mortgages, you guys. It's how we pay for our cars. It's how we pay for our vacations. It's how we pay our medical bills. It's how we put our kids in sports teams. We all need to make a living. Wouldn't it be cool if we could do it, helping people and doing something we love? Like, this has been really on my heart lately. I love being a therapist. I love it in so many ways, but I don't like a lot of the things that come outside of the one-on-one relationship, the paperwork, the insurance. Like Melanie, I can't see your face right now but I know you know what I mean. So this is something I get to do that uses my passion for people without all the other stuff. And so if you are passionate about people, but you don't understand 99% of how to run this business, that's okay, because you're going to learn that and we're going to help you. But if you let the fear of what other people think, or your fear of thinking that you can't do this, because Jen and I almost said that we sat in the car coming home from Summit our very first year being like, we can never lead a team. We can never do team calls. We can never do coach sneak peekings, blah, 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 blah. Well, it's because we believed that we couldn't do those things. And once we started believing that we could do things, even though we really weren't sure we could, we kept telling ourselves what we wanted, what our goals were. We dreamed bigger. And that's why you guys are all here, because you are dreaming bigger and you want something more for yourself and for your family. And there is nothing wrong with that. And helping other people on your journey to that, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. So, if you don't believe in what you're doing, if you don't love what you're doing, if you listen to the no, you can't help other people. A no is just not right now. It's not for me. Be okay with a no, no matter how many no's you get. So then girl, stop apologizing. She talked about that. Okay. So here's the big thing that she shared. She's like, don't you dare like do a blog post about this, or like you try to like register it. She's like, it's my idea. But she said she wanted us to know. She said, okay, she calls it her 10-10-1. 10 years from now, think about what it is, like the best version of yourself. Monica, if I'm saying this wrong, let me know, because I was doing 20 things. And what are 10 goals that you have for yourself between now and then, and have one focus? What she talked about is that you can have 10 goals, but you should have one primary focus. So saying to yourself, if I did this one focus, this one thing right now, how would it get me to one of those 10 goals over the next 10 years? And she said every day she has, one focus that she's focusing on to meet one of those goals over the next 10 years. And she shared some of the things that she did with this and how now she's living those things out. So it was pretty interesting. So then she talked about, positive affirmations you guys have probably heard of, and you've probably heard a lot about, inserting positive thinking, especially when you have negative belief systems, all of that. Well, often we talk about someday, or I will, or I hope, or I can, or I'll try. What she talked about, and this isn't surprising, the brain research on all of this we've heard about, but instead of writing, I think that I am, or I want to be, writing I am, claiming the truth of what you want to believe about yourself, because you're inserting into your brain and you are building and creating those neural pathways. And so instead of saying, I want to be an exceptional wife, I want to be an exceptional mom, I want to be an exceptional friend, write down, I am an exceptional mom, wife, friend, blah, 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 blah. Is it true all the time? Heck no. You can just ask my kids and my husband. It is not true. But if you write it as though it is, you will automatically be reaching for it. If you declare I am something, the steps of your day are going to be living into what that statement is. So I'm challenging everybody to work on their 10-10-1 in 10 years. What are 10 goals you have? And like think big and scary, and then pick what's my focus going to be right now. So for example, for me, a year ago, my focus was just to help people with health and wellness. And now my focus is how can I help other people do that while building a team along with that and going for big, scary things. And so I want us to write down some things. Write down some things you want to declare about yourself. I am, whatever it is, and live that out. Don't hope for it. Don't want for it. Your brain is going to reach for it. You are going to declare it, and then each day work on living it out. But it's really about the way we talk to ourselves. Like the neuroscience behind this is insane. The way we talk to ourselves determines so much more of what our life will become. So then this is another quote from her. When I live more fully into me, I give other people the permission to do the same. When we live small, we shrink away, when we think that we start to care what other people's opinion is. And if you haven't heard this quote from her, she says it a lot. I think it was her therapist that said it, because evidently therapists are good at their jobs. She said, actually, Jen, I think you posted this one recently, but that other people's business of you is none of your business. What other people think of you is none of your business.
Other
What other
people's
people think of you
opinions.
is none of your business.
Other people's opinions is none
You
of your
of you is none
business.
of your business. Should know a quote before I say it. So, how often do we not do something because we're thinking about what someone's going to think of us? And I would say that when I ask myself all these things that I want to do with this business, I come back to it. I say I don't care, but then do I really not care? And so I think it's taking steps towards that place of saying, who is it that I'm called to be, and whose opinion truly matters? And if you know who that is in your life, I think all of us here are believers that higher power. P and I are okay with what I'm doing. Who in this broken, sinful world has a right to determine whether or not that has worth and value for my life? Huge, right? Like, think about how much we're limiting ourselves. Okay, so that was from Rachel Hollis. And I think what it really resonated in me is that, at Summit, when we were sitting there talking about what we saw as a vision for this team, that being a coach is not about building a business and making money and changing your life. Being a coach is about being passionate and believing in what these products can do, but mostly because of the community that it's in. And by using those products, by being in the community, and by sharing with other people, guess what? You can still have those big goals. You can build a career, and you can have more financial freedom. So I think it's just really important that we as a team continue to focus on what our mission is as a team. And that as we do that and we declare that, then there's going to be other people that are going to get that energy and be interested in what it is that we are doing. So I'm going to read through just one more time Ellie Testatori's. I said it kind of fast before. Would you guys like me to say hers again from the National Wake Up Call, or is not, people are not interested in it? Yes?
Do it.
Okay. So her 3 top things, she said these are the 3 things that if you can figure out a way in which to do these, this will help your life in general, but particularly with coaching. So get rooted. Write down and declare what is your why for wanting to be a coach. And if it's not emotional, try again. If it's not connected to who you are, then it's not going to be meaningful. Number 2, get uncomfortable. If you are not outside of your comfort zone, you will not grow. And sharing this, the wellness opportunity and the coaching opportunity is super uncomfortable, especially when you first start. Still is, even though I've been doing it for a while. It is still uncomfortable, but if you want to be comfortable, you probably don't want to be, I guess I should say, what's the point of being comfortable, right? That's limiting. It keeps us from, again, living into who we're meant to be. So get uncomfortable. And if these groups, if these products have changed your life, you tell your friend about some shoes you like or some lipstick you like, share with them why you love it, invite them. You don't have to be pushy. You don't have to bug them. You live the lifestyle and they'll be interested. You look healthier. You have more energy. You're less cranky. You are paying for something that you wouldn't be able to normally do because of coaching. Guess what? Other people are going to be interested. But if you don't get uncomfortable and share, they're never going to have the opportunity to even learn what this is about. How are we doing on time? Okay. Number 3, take action. So we can collect data. We can take notes on these calls. We can do all of this. But if we collect data and want to know everything about this coaching business or everything about every single product and never start inviting or sharing, you don't have a business. You're not going to help anybody. And you're not going to help yourself because you're just going to be frustrated and think this coaching thing didn't work for me. But what I had a coach say that to me once, and in my head I said, well, you didn't work for this coaching thing. It's not going to work for you if it's not something you're willing to work for within yourself. So then the quote that actually her therapist told her this quote, therapists were getting a lot of love today. The more you confront, the more you overcome. If you don't confront and face what some of those fears and self-limiting beliefs are, you will not be able to overcome them. And I didn't finish the call, but she was saying some really tangible things. So she said every day, okay, so she said, like write out what your mission is, what your why is. She invites 5 people to the coaching opportunity every day. I don't do that. I should do that more. I don't. I invite every single week, but not every single day. Every single person that comes into any of her groups, she shares the coaching opportunity with. And then the last thing is every day she's sharing little peeks into what coaching is. But 1 day a week, she always does a coaching post where she does a post around one of her whys. So if one of her whys is to be home with her kids and not have to bring them to childcare every day, then she'll do a post about that. So doing a post once a week, not saying, hey, be a coach, doing a post once a week to show how coaching has been a gift for you and connect it to one of your whys. Does that make sense? Okay. So if you get a chance, I really encourage you to listen to that national wake-up call. It was a really, really great one. So again, that's Ali Testatori, the July 9th call. Also, Megan Pope in our team page, she did a call on Instagram. There was one other thing. Oh, and then if you're interested in cold inviting on Instagram, what that means is people that you're liking or following or commenting, and you don't want to beat around the bush, because what happens on Facebook is you kind of build relationships a little bit, because often those are warm market people, but on Instagram, it's really not how it is. And Janelle Petrosino, is that how you say her name? Jynell in the Be Misfit page. If you're not in Be Misfit, it's probably because we didn't want to overwhelm you with too many pages. But in the Be Misfit page, team page, we can add you if you'd like. Janelle Petrosino does like a 15-minute video on the scripts that she uses and the boldness she has to reach out to people on social media, on Instagram. And Monica personally has been starting to do that a little bit. I don't know if you want to say 2 cents about that, Mon, or if...
Yeah, I mean, it's less scary than it seems. I mean, she makes very simple. She's a straight shooter, so if someone likes her fitness post, she's just basically like, hey, like, something, are you on a fitness journey too? Or if someone looks like they're coach worthy, oh, are you a coach too? I've been doing that for 2 weeks now. I haven't gotten any, I'm getting more conversations, let's just say that, more than I ever have before. And Janelle just says that the more that you do it, you will see month 2, 3, 4, it's going to be compound effect where you will see it. So it's not scary at all. So that's it.
And the thing about Instagram is no one really on Instagram you're going to run into. And you might have a chance to change your life. So I should be scared. So one of the things that I'm really thinking about in my sort of power hour with coaching is, how am I just going to invite more people to everything? I'm doing lots of follow-ups, so I'm not doing a lot of new invites as much as I want to be doing. So that's I'm declaring that one out there for myself. All right, I need to stop talking, losing my voice. Do you want to wrap it up, Jen?
Have a great
Say
week.
something beautiful. So Jen will be putting up an image in the team page about how you can be the July team winner by inviting people.
Ooh.
Oh, love it. By sharing all of that. So if you guys, I loved it. I think Jody, one of her new coaches, posted on the team page, how do I sell a check? How do I share to somebody when they want to buy a challenge pack? Guys, there's no dumb question. Like, that's the point of our team page. All you need to do is be passionate about how these products and this community and these groups have changed your life. And if someone's interested in being a part of it, we will help you with the minutiae and the details. You don't
Well,
need
and the
to know all
reality
of those
was,
details.
I sent her a voicemail or a voice message about how to do share cart.
Yeah.
And by the time it was, I don't know, I didn't look at the time, but it wasn't even a half hour later. And she's like, oh, I already YouTubed it. I figured it out. I sent her the share cart. I'm like, you are
You
the
are
dream,
amazing,
my friend,
right?
because you ask the question, you go to the right places, you search for the info. So do
You
that.
figure it out.
Ask the questions, do some searching. You may find it in your searching, you may not, but the question's out there. Someone will answer it. So yeah, you guys are great. I don't really have anything motivational to say. I got up too early this morning and went to bed too late last night. So other than if you don't have a
Well,
passion, there's nothing worth sharing because people will see right through that. And
amen.
oh, I will say one other thing. I guess I do have something to say. See, this is why Becky and I are friends, because we always have something to say. There was, I don't know what group it was in, some group, it doesn't matter. I had to post a tip today for a coach, what's your best coaching tip? And it didn't take me long. But so anyways, I'm going to just share with you what I posted. And it's very simple, but I think we forget, it's all about showing up every single day and being consistent. And that doesn't just mean being consistent with your workout or drinking your shake, but it's just consistent with all around taking care of you. And if you're doing that, people will see that in you and they will want to know what you're doing and they will want to join you. Whether that's consistency in your power hour, consistency, like I said, with your workout, consistency with your devotional time in the morning or at night, or you don't have to do in the morning. Being consistent. Sorry. Struggle bus. Being consistent is key. And so just a friendly reminder, I know that some of us have been getting on in the morning and doing our power.
Okay.
Oh, am I frozen?
You're
You're
good
okay now.
Okay. I know that some of us have been getting on early
Yeah,
in the
not good
morning.
now.
I'm not good. Tell me when I'm good.
No, you're good now.
Oh,
You're
okay. Some of us have been getting on early in the morning and doing our power hours every day, or even just working out together. And so if that's something that you haven't started doing and you want to join us, just let us know. Any of us can add you. Well, not any of us. I guess some of us can add you to the Morning Movers group, which has a Zoom link. And then we just sit here. Some people are working out. Some people are doing our power hour. But I know for me, helped me be more consistent of getting up every morning. Monica's been on there. Joe's been on there. Becky's been on there. So be consistent. And whatever it is, whatever is going to take you and get you to whatever your goal is, whatever, like Becky was saying, the 10-10-1, whatever your focus is, be consistent in that. The end. It's 8:57. Any thoughts from any of
Awesome.
you lovely people?
Yeah. And do you have a quick question or something you wanted to add? Or I'll wrap this up.
I just wanted to add that I do sales as a living. That's what I do, is sales.
And you're good at it.
And I'm good at it. And that's okay. There is this whole huge frowny face on salespeople and something. You guys, if anybody's interested in personal development, like Zig Ziglar on Audible is amazing, and he is #1 with sales. There are so many techniques to use with this particular business, in direct sales or whatever your sales may be. Sales is a dirty word to a lot of people, and it shouldn't be. It's helping someone find something, a solution for a problem, and that's all it is. So I encourage you guys to listen to Zig because he's awesome.
Cool.
R.I.P.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and that what you just said is a great way to end, because essentially what we're doing is we are highlighting people's problems and pain points, not to make them worse, but to share with them that there can be a solution, whether it's the community. You want to know what, you guys? So many people are isolated. The suicide rate, the depression rate, the anxiety rate, it's all going up. And people are so isolated. And this community, that's what's different. People can go to the gym. People can get a shake from Walmart and Costco. What they want is they want community, they want support, they want accountability. And that's what's different about this community. That's what's different about this company. So ending on that, also, if people have topics that you're wanting us to cover on our Tuesday night calls, please let us know. We would love to be able to bring you guys what it is that you need more of. Okay. So good night, everybody. So glad that you guys could all be here.